All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Rome. We're back. And Alcaraz, he's back from injury. He was out of Madrid due to the leg injury that he got in Barcelona final. But now he is taking on Lajovic, who is a very dangerous Serbian player who is capable of big wins on clay. He did beat Djokovic on clay a couple of years ago in one of Djokovic's greatest seasons ever. So he knows how to take down the big guns on this kind of a stage. Sabalenka, she won earlier today. Really straightforward match there. Raducanu was supposed to play Alexandrova later. We're going to watch that, but unfortunately, Alexandrova withdrew. So Raducanu's into the third round, which will be on Sunday. She'll play against. She will play against possibly Anisimova. So that could be interesting. Anisimova versus Raducanu. So Sabalenka Kenin is already confirmed on Sunday. Tomorrow's a big day. We've got a lot of good matches tomorrow, but we just don't know the schedule yet. And then today, I mean, again, because we're sort of like second round, big names versus little names, you know, I mean, little names. When I say little names, I mean lower ranked names. You know, it's not much is going on today. You know, Alcaraz is playing. Zverev is playing. That's about it. Nakashima won. He beat Thompson. Tomo had to pull out, unfortunately. Dimitrov's already lost. That was an upset. Wait, what? Check the messages. No walkover for Emma. Oh, she's taking on Teichmann. Yes! That makes sense. Yes, I forgot. Sorry, cancel that. We're watching Emma Raducanu. She's just not playing Alexandrova. She's just not playing Alexandrova. Where the hell did Mia go? Okay, yeah, okay, cool. That's okay, thank you. Yes. Sorry, I forgot that it's the schedule is just a nightmare. I forgot that the way things work. We had this problem yesterday with Badosa and Osaka and Kvitova and everybody else. All right, cool. So that's handy. All right, just means I've just got to. We will watch her then. Are they playing at the same time as they were supposed to, or are they playing at a different time? Ah, that's good. Thank you for warning me. All right, so we just got to change that to that. Same time they were playing? Okay, cool. I'm looking for the football schedule. You have a football game at 4 p.m. Yeah, don't remind me, because I'm probably not going to be able to watch it. So please don't. Because I know the schedule tomorrow is going to be busy, so I won't be able to go. But thank you for reminding me that my team are playing at 4 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon. I would go if we didn't have to watch Rome tomorrow. What was I doing? But who knows? Maybe it'll rain tomorrow and we won't have to, and Rome won't even be on. Maybe we'll have a rain delay all day tomorrow. It's on at midnight in Canada. Yeah, I mean, it sucks for, yeah. If it was 1 p.m., then I probably could have gone. But unfortunately, 4 p.m. is a little bit awkward. Congratulations, Arsenal lost. Don't know what you're talking about. No idea what you're talking about. Are you talking about soccer? Is that soccer? Is that soccer that you're talking about? I don't watch soccer. But yeah, thank you for informing me on the soccer scores. I think. Or is that basketball? I don't know. Is that basketball or soccer? I don't know. Don't know what, or is that a UFC fighter? Is it someone, Johnny Arsenal or something? Is that, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you're talking about. It's rugby, is it? Okay. There you go. Damn, Mia. All right. Jump in your bed. Go on. All right. It's badminton. Oh, okay. It's badminton. So all of the... I was wrong. All right. Let me just get my stream working. Cool. All right, so we are watching something. I thought we were only watching this match tonight, but that's good. Alcaraz got the nose strip on his nose, which means that he is maybe a little congested, but hopefully nothing serious. Hang on, what the... Okay. Djokovic got a wild card of Geneva. Thoughts? How selfish. You know what? How selfish. How selfish. Bloody selfish. We've been watching, you know, we're here now, Nole, all right? We're here now. We're watching Rome. We're watching Rome. I don't have time to watch before the French Open. We got to watch. It's selfish. It's bloody selfish. He did it last year, and I'm not a fan. Not a fan. He did it last year, and he's done it again this year. Now, last year, I understand he needed some form, but this year, he could have played Rome. But no, he decided to go to play Geneva instead, just to ruin my week off. So, thank you. Thanks a lot. Because now we have to watch Geneva, which I didn't plan on watching, and I didn't want to watch. So, thank you a lot. Thanks a lot, Nole. You've just taken over the week of doing nothing, all right? It's now gone from vacation to Nole week. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. No, look, it makes sense, right? It obviously makes sense. If he, you know, it would have been weird if he went to the French Open with like 0 wins on clay. So at least he's maybe going to get one. Depends on the draw. And it's a pretty stacked event. It's not like Geneva is a nothing event. It's usually got some names anyway. So boycott Geneva? No. We're going to watch Djokovic. We're going to watch Nole. I made a promise to his fans that we were going to watch every single match that he ever plays until he retires. So, yeah. But yeah, when I saw that announcement, I'm like, oh, great. There goes that week. But hopefully Sinner doesn't play Hamburg, because then it'll just become a really busy week. I really hope it just becomes a little bit less stressful week, you know? Nole is no longer important. You can choose to skip him. No, I don't. No, that's not an option. It's not an option. All right. Who's winning this chat? Who is winning this? I'm going to go with Alcaraz. I'm going to go Alcaraz in straights, but I think Lajovic is going to make it awkward. But I think it's going to be straight sets. Okay, so hang on. I've got to get my bearings now that I know that Raducanu's is playing. By the way, tomorrow is going to be a crazy day, so hopefully you're all prepared. Tomorrow the tournament really starts. There is no current schedule. ATP website, why are you doing this to me? Why is there no schedule on the website? Oh, God. Chap. It's a shambles. Anyways, that goes out by Alcaraz. 15 love. Lajovic coming through the qualies, by the way. So, okay, so Tsitsipas, Muller. After that, it's Raducanu. Right? Is that what I'm seeing? As return from Alcaraz, goes the forehand of Lajovic. Alcaraz forehanded again to the forehand of Lajovic. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Lajovic on the attack. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Lajovic backhand. Into the backhand again of Alcaraz. Is Lajovic backhand again. Goes long. And it's 15-0. And I'll mention this now because I'm sure someone will. Lajovic with a one-handed backhand. And it's a good one-hander too. It's not, it's not shanky. It's very solid. I feel like the more, and I mean, maybe people have been feeling like this forever, but I feel like now that Federer's gone, and then one-hander is rarer than ever, like a solid one-hander is rarer than ever, it's going to become even more nostalgic when someone has one, Whereas, when Federer was, obviously Federer had a one-hander and he kind of, held the mantle. Stan was there, Tsitsipas was in the top 10 for a while trying to and Dimitrov. But now that the one-hander sort of disappeared, I think that every time we watch someone that has a one-hander, it's going to be like watching a lefty. I mean, I'd love to know, is there more one-handers or more left-handers in the top 100 at the moment? Is there more one-handers or lefties? I would say there's probably more lefties. Anyway, it's 15-30, live to the forehand winner. Also, Alcaraz has got a sleeve on his leg from, and I don't, again, I'm not a doctor, surprise, from below his knee all the way up. So I don't know if it's just maybe goes down to the knee. I don't know if there's a knee problem or if it's just to keep the entire right leg sort of, you know what it could be? It could be a hamstring, because he did have a hamstring. Was it? I'm just trying to remember. Was it his left leg or his right leg that was the one that was hurting him in Barcelona? Alcaraz comes to the net, and then Lajovic hits it long, and it's 30-40. Was it the left side or was it the right side? Because he had a hamstring on the opposite side, a hamstring soreness as well. Because it might be... Yeah, he's grabbing the back of his leg with the hamstring is where this sleeve is. I know it looks like it's a knee brace. I know it's a knee brace, but it's all the way up his leg. So you wonder if it's like holding together strapping as Lajovic gets broken first game. Was it right groin? Hang on, let me check. Alcaraz, Barcelona. I made a video about this, but time flies. I don't know. Can't remember. I don't remember. Hashem's gone 3. Well, that's fine. That means Raducanu's coming up later. Was it right groin in the final? Yeah, I don't. So either way, even if it was like right or left, whatever. The strapping on the right leg, it could be a knee issue, but it also could be, if he has strapping around his thigh, it might be there to kind of like keep that in place. So like it could be there to just kind of. It might not be because of the knee. It might be used as a way, like as a sleeve almost to keep the strapping on. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Hey, Lynn, thank you for the 32 months, and thank you, Bailey, for the 5 months. Appreciate that. But we'll keep an eye on what's going on. Because, yeah. Has he been asked about the knee brace? Because he's been wearing it in training. Like, has it been, like, has he been, because he did pre-tournament press conferences and stuff. Did he get asked about it? 30 love. Dimitrov lost? Yeah. I think it might go a little bit lower if it was a knee brace. Well, it's definitely a knee brace, but it looks like it goes all the way up to like up his leg. He said he was wearing it for precaution. Okay. As a backhand goes wide by Alcaraz 30-15 because he's not moving any different. Like it, doesn't look any different. 30-15. Alcaraz trying to consolidate this break. 30-15. As a return. Goes into the front of Alcaraz. There's a forehand again from Lajovic. Alcaraz to the back end of Lajovic. Into the back end of Alcaraz. Lajovic forehand in the net. No, it goes over the net. Alcaraz gets it on the stretch. Alcaraz puts Lajovic on the stretch and Lajovic in the net. 40-15. 40-15. Unlikely he'd be playing if it wasn't mostly precautionary. Yeah. Like, it definitely looks more like a sleeve than a brace. As with a forehand now, winner there from Lajovic. It definitely looks more like a sleeve, like a compression sleeve. More than it looks like a knee brace. Like Djokovic wore a knee brace, right? Whereas this looks a lot more like a compression sleeve that goes below the knee. and obviously doesn't cover the whole leg. So, whereas some players wear, a whole leg sleeve. But it does look like it does seem to go sort of like more of a thigh compression sleeve that extends to the knee. Like a NFL footballer. Like a football NFL footballer. They wear them sometimes, right? When I write leg sleeve, I get a lot of photos of tattoos. Google's confused. Anyways, 2-love. And Alcaraz hits it out on the return. 15-love. Thanks. So Gene sent me... so Alcaraz says he practiced with a leg sleeve to see how it feels. Confirms it felt great. Yeah, so it's a leg sleeve. So that would suggest that he's got... Can you talk a bit more about Alcaraz? He is playing good tennis. I'm talking about him literally right now. As with a volley from Alcaraz, Lajovic puts it wide and it's 15-0. I'm talking about his leg. So, yeah. So there you go. It seems like it's not a knee issue. So we can cross that off the list. It's not a knee problem. It's got no knee problem. 15-0. Hashanov lost a second. Yeah, I heard. You keep saying that too. Please stop spamming. We heard you the first 3 times. All right, 15-0. Now let me listen to what I said after Barcelona. All right, 15-0. So yeah, he said that it was on the right leg was the muscle injury from Barcelona, but he also said he felt pain in his hamstring on the left leg. So yeah, this has got nothing to do with that. It's got to do with the. It must just be the strapping, the way they have to strap up his hip and leg, and then maybe that's why the compression sleeve's there. That might be the reasoning. Do we have any doctors here? 30-0. Anyone a physio? Any physios in the house? 30-0. Sakkari lost after dominating the first set. That's a shame. Sakkari had a good week though. I mean, she played well this week, Sakkari, despite that loss. And Lynette's higher ranked, so she lost to a higher ranked player. So it's not all bad. 30-0. Cam calling the physio. Yeah, is there any physio in the chat? By the way, Popham up 4-1. We love that. And also, Azarenka is playing Frey. Zhang and Danilovic. Interesting match. Zhang, I feel like we haven't heard it from Zhang for so long. All right. There's Lajovic. Hits it wide on a slice and we get the deuce. It's mind-blowing how so many fans have very little conception or understanding of gamesmanship. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Change, are you referring to Alcaraz right now, or are you just referring to like in general? Are you saying Alcaraz is gamesmanship right now, or do you think what player are you meant? Like, what do you mean? Who are you talking about, or do you just say in general? Advantage Lajovic in general. Yeah, I agree. But then I think people also confuse gamesmanship with, like, if you get a medical timeout for an injury, it's gamesmanship. Like, I think, is that what you mean as well? Like, people don't understand when it is and when it isn't. There's a forehand cross-court in the forehand of Lajovic. Forehand now from Alcaraz. The backhand of Lajovic, and Lajovic sprays it. Back to deuce. Because, yeah, there's definitely, whenever someone has a medical timeout or a bathroom break, all of a sudden it becomes gamesmanship. When sometimes people just need to go to the toilet or just regroup, and it's got nothing to do with their opponent. But then there are times when, yeah, players do. I mean, after a 20-minute 6-love set, going to the bathroom seems a little strange. But then gamesmanship is not the same as going to regroup. But then you're right. I mean, gamesmanship, saying that you're like not the favorite to win the tournament when you're maybe the number one in the world. You know, there's a bit of gamesmanship in that for sure. Also to take the pressure off yourself, you know. But also there's, like, I think the thing is as well, I think adding to your point, I feel like a lot of people think that gamesmanship is a bad thing. Like the way that it gets spoken about is like in a bad, like it's cheating. Like, oh, they did this gamesmanship. That's bad. That's not bad. It's totally fine. In fact, I encourage it. I think gamesmanship's great. It's part of the psychological battle of tennis, right? It's a psychological thing. You know, tennis is not just about who hits bigger shots. It's also mental, right? And gamesmanship comes into that. As Alcaraz said, it's a forehand winner. We get back to deuce. Also, Joe, I want to know, how many times has Alcaraz won against one-handed backhands? Because I feel like Alcaraz doesn't lose to one-handers. Maybe Dimitrov, but I can't remember many one-handers that have beaten Alcaraz. Tsitsipas has never beaten Alcaraz, right? Or at least hasn't recently. But like Dimitrov has, but I wonder if he doesn't fear the one-hander. Ooh, okay. Also, chat, I want to do a quiz. Has Alcaraz played more one-handed backhands or more left-handers? Let me know. Left-handers or one-handers? Let me know. Lefty or one-handers? How many has Alcaraz played more lefties in his career than one-handers or vice versa? Let me know. See, I'll tell you the stats because that's interesting too. And even though Lajovic is not lefty. Advantage Alcaraz. Back in now from left-hander. Lajovic. And that goes out by Alcaraz. Do you think Alcaraz played more lefties or more one-handed backhands in his career? More one-handers? You think he's played more one-handers? Oh yeah, Mussetti's a one-hander, isn't he? I forgot about that. Think he's played more lefties? So he has played more left-handers. He's played 51 times against lefties, and he's only played 44 times against one-handers. So one-handed backhands are as rare as, rarer than lefties these days. And by the way, my hunch of Alcaraz and against one-handers, interesting result. All right, deuce. Return goes back to Lajovic. That's a wide by Lajovic. And it's advantage Alcaraz to get the double break here early in this match. All right, advantage Alcaraz to get the double break. Is there a one-handed lefty? That's called a unicorn. And his name is Shapovalov. One-handed lefty is a unicorn. And his name is Shapo. Shapovalov. What did the guy say? Shapovalov. Shapovalov. Shalalala. All right, 3-love. And Feli Lopez used to be the unicorn. Anyway, so 40 wins and only 4 losses against lefties in his career at Alcaraz. 40 wins, 4 losses against one-handed backhands. And Dimitrov, 2 of those losses were against Dimi. And 1 against Musetti. So Musetti once, Dimitrov twice when it comes to playing against lefties. One-handers. He's 38 wins and 13 losses against lefties, so he loses a lot more to lefties than one-handers. Rafa's in there, Draper's in there, Norrie's in there. He's lost to a lot of lefties, but he hasn't lost to many one-handed backhands. And I'm sure these days the one-handed backhand is not as dangerous. But yeah, Dimitrov in Miami last year, Dimitrov in Shanghai 23, Musetti in Hamburg 22, and then back in 2020. He lost to Gian Marco Moroni in a challenger, who was also a one-handed backhand player. But he's beaten Dimitrov, he's beaten Musetti, he's beaten Shapovalov, he's beaten Pirikar, Gasquet, Evans, Tsitsipas, obviously. He's beaten Lajovic a bunch. He's beaten Lajovic a lot. How many times has he played Lajovic? Hello? He's played Lajovic like 4 times. He's beaten Lajovic 4 times, never lost a set against Lajovic, so here we go, including Miami. Oh, that was 3 times in 2023. So Lajovic is not a threat. So yeah, there you go. Why? What's the difference between about lefties? Well, lefties have that forehand going to the backhand, combination. You got to think a little bit more. Whereas one-handers, Alcaraz can just use that ripping forehand and just kick it to that backhand. One-handed backhands are harder to control, so he can draw a lot more errors from those. Whereas you play Draper, or you play, any other lefty, it's just a totally. That's why lefties have such an advantage, because they're just such a hard. Whereas one-handers don't have an advantage. I don't think any player who has a one-handed backhand has an advantage over any two-handed backhand. Chat. Unfortunately, I love the one-handed too, but unfortunately, one-handed backhands are a liability. The only thing that they bring to the table maybe is better volleys and a good slice, but how often do slice backhands win matches in the men's game these days? Slice backhands are maybe good on grass if you want to come to the net like Federer did, but Federer's the exception. Federer's literally the greatest, maybe one-hander. Well, at least the most successful one-hander, right? Okay. Nice hitting there from Alcaraz, 15-all. And look, we have, obviously have Stan and Team, successful one-handers in the last couple of, 10 years. But I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, a one-handed backhand player hasn't won a Grand Slam since 2020. It's been 5 years since a one-hander's won a slam. That's, Before that, there was Federer and there was Wawrinka, but if it wasn't for Stan and Fed, you had to go back to the 90s or the early 2000s, right? Maybe. Who was the player? Gaudio, right? 04? We could probably name one-handed backhand winners over the last 30 years, and there's probably only 5 of them. Maybe 6 with Guga, right? And Sampras. If we want to go back to Sampras. Anyways, 15-all. Alcaraz, by the way. Sorry, 30-15 Alcaraz. Yeah, Sampras. Back in the 90s was when the one-hander was probably at its peak. It's funny how the one-handed backhand and the serve volley style both sort of went out at the same time. Once we got into the early 2000s, serve and volley tennis died, and the two-handed backhand sort of, it was baseliners with two-handed backhands. With Hewitt and Roddick and Ferrero and all these guys sort of, Agassi, right? Agassi. Early 2000s was still winning, right? Was number 1 in the world, wasn't he? It's kind of funny how they both, those two things, and look, if it wasn't for Federer, one-handed backhands might have died a long time ago, right? 40-15, Nadal killed the one-hand. I think Nadal was the final, he was probably the final blow, but all right, serve and volley Alcaraz, but he double hits it into the net. 40-30. 40-30. Alcaraz just not able to get enough on that. (40-30). As Alcaraz serves again. As he serves the back of Lajovic. Forehand from Alcaraz, a drop shot. And it's a winner. 4-love Alcaraz. He is cruising. All right, so let me check. When was the last... Let me count the one-handers over the last couple of decades. Let me have a look. All right, so one-handed backhand in the... so Dominic Thiem was the last one-hander to win a slam. Then you had Federer in 17, winning his final slam, or 2018. So Federer, and then Wawrinka in 2016. So three one-handed backhands winning slams, and then you have to go all the way back to Sampras in 2002. Quirton in 2001. I don't know if Costa had a one-hander. He did. Albert Costa. So 2002, Thomas Johansson. He had a two-handed backhand, so that doesn't count. Goran, two-handed. Gaudio did as well. So Gaudio 04. one-handed backhand. So Gaudio's on the list. And then you go to Rafter. So the 90s, the one-hander was still super relevant. Krajicek won Wimbledon with a one-hander. Boris Becker was around. But again, it was just a totally different, everyone was serving volleying, right? So it was a different game, than today. 15 all. As with a serve, into the back end of Alcaraz, return goes wide. 30-15. Got up early. Cam said we'd watch Sabalenka. It never happened. Yeah, I wasn't around. Sorry for that. I wasn't here. I went out and then I didn't come back. And then I was watching the scores and I'm like, she's winning easily anyway. So, yeah, I had to change my plans. Something came up. 30-15. As Alcaraz hits an easy forehand in the net. 40-15. 40-15. Imagine Rafa with a one-handed backhand is so cursed in my head. Yeah. Did I touch grass? Yeah, I went out to I had to go out shopping because Mother's Day on Sunday for Australia, so I had to do some of that. I had to go out and about. All right, first it was a let. As the return goes in from Alcaraz, Lajovic, it's a winner and he's on the board. 4-1. Lajovic holds. All right. Cool. 4-1. Take him up to the pub on Sunday. Cool. Eating Asian food on Mother's Day with the fam. Nice. Oh, it's Mother's Day on Sunday as well in America. There you go. Not much else people to do. What? When I started watching tennis, there were remnants of Sampras and Goran, then Stan and Federer. Yeah. But I think we can all agree that in 2025, I mean, look, who's the next player to win a slam as a one-hander? Probably Musetti, right? He's probably the next in line. He's probably the best chance that and I mean, look, Tsitsipas is not done, but you would probably back Musetti as a one-hander backhand player to get a slam. Steph obviously is also there in the conversation, but yeah, unless there's a young player like that we haven't seen yet that has a one-hander. Why so many withdrawals on the WTA? Mostly recently, Mukova, now Alexandrova. Season's long, man. Season's long. It's a long year. It's a long season, and a lot of players getting sore. Yeah. Chat, and we talk about this all the time, and we're going to talk about it for 5 seconds, and we're going to move on. But maybe after this year, maybe in December, we should put together a list of how many more injuries there are now with the 2-week Masters than there was with the 1-week Masters, and see if there's actually a difference. If these extended Masters are causing players to get injured more because there's more to do. You have to do more, play more tennis, and you have to play, right? It's mandatory. Compared to when they were 1 week. Because there might not be any difference. But it does feel like there's a difference. Maybe it's because some of us don't like the 2-week Masters. But like they're being brought in to prevent injury, but it seems like a lot of players are more injured. But then again, maybe it's just normal, and we forgot that 1-week Masters also came with injuries, So that might be an interesting little experiment at the end of this season. Now that we've had 3 years of at least this being 2 weeks, right? Like, how many withdrawals are happening now compared to, like, the 1 week Masters? Because there might not be any difference. And then it's like, well, okay, well, because the only way they're going to change back to 1 week is if the players are getting injured and it's bad for the players. Then they're going to maybe consider making it better for the players. But maybe there's no difference. I don't know. It'd be interesting though. Because the 2 week Masters, they were sold to the players because you get a day off in between matches, which is better for your recovery. It's better for your overall fitness. That's how they sold the players on them. You know, they didn't. That was why they bought them in. It's going to be better for the players. They can have more time to recover. They can play. You know, they don't have to play so many matches in a row. But is it causing injuries anyway? You know, is it not helping? Because Alexandra Eala didn't even play this week. You know, Mukovic didn't even play this week. So maybe they just got injured anyway. You know, maybe it had nothing to do with the 2 week Masters. You know, 30-15. As Lajovic hits a forehand to the front of Alcaraz. Lajovic backhand into the front of Alcaraz, hits a winner, 40-15. But it will be an interesting. We'll figure it out. We might figure it out at the end of the year. Because maybe it's just, you know, players get injured on clay. That's just normal. You know, we're getting a lot of players injured. But it feels like, you know, with, you know, Alcaraz getting injured last week, you know, we had, Alcaraz, you know, wasn't injured because of 2 weeks, but, you know, but then Djokovic, you know, obviously injured last year. We had, you know, Alcaraz holds 5-1. You know, we had, Runa. And when I say 2 week Masters, I mean, like, we'll include Indian Wells and Miami because they're 2 weeks too. You know, if they are, you know, maybe those are also part of the problem. And this week we've had a lot of players withdraw. On the women's side especially. I mean, yesterday we had 2 withdrawals at the same time. Badosa pulling out. Badosa's been a long-term injury, so maybe it's got nothing to do with 2 weeks. You know, obviously Mukova pulled out, but she hadn't played any either. Vondrousova, Krejcikova, again, probably not because of the 2 weeks. But again, it would be interesting. Be an interesting little experiment. 15 love. I mean, on the men's side, there's been so many players pull out. A lot of players have withdrawn from these tournaments. In spite of Alcaraz's injury, he managed to play well thus far. Oh, yeah. He doesn't look... Like, Alcaraz, I don't think, looks injured at all. Like, he looks fine. Just the strapping or the compression sleeve is the worry. But he seems to be moving fine. You in Melbourne are 15 hours ahead of us in Minnesota. Good evening. Thank you, Amy. Good evening to you. As we served on the tee from live, which is an ace. 40 love. 40 love. 40 love. When we get to play harder with the rest, so they injured more potentially. They get to play harder with the rest. I don't know what that means. With the day off? What do you mean with the rest? Double fault, 40-15. $40-15. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. By the way, chat, I have money on St Kilda to beat Carlton. And so far, they're down by 8. So I need them to win. As that goes in the net from Lajovic, 40-30. I'm going to make food. All right, no worries, Defunk. We'll see you later. Carlton will win? No. That cannot happen. It needs to be St Kilda. Please. All right, 40-30. As Alcaraz with the forehand cross court. Lajovic gets it down the line. Alcaraz backhand. Into the forehand of Lajovic. As Alcaraz backhand again. Into the forehand of Lajovic. To the backhand slice of Alcaraz. Lajovic forehand cross. Alcaraz gets it on the stretch. Puts up a bit of a moon ball and it goes long. All right, 5-2. Alcaraz going to serve to win the set. I'm a blue supporter. Hope you lose, Cam. We didn't have to say. You could have said. You didn't have to. Maybe I'll cash out in the final quarter. I don't know. If St Kilda go up by 2 goals, I might cash out. Then we can support the Blues together. Fave Masters of Canada. Get to see the men win one year and women in the next. Yeah, true. Zhang's up 4-love double break. Nice. Nice. Nice one. Yeah, Hashanov and Burakaga. That is a name. I can't pronounce that one. Final set over there. We're no good in the second half anyways. Well, they just kicked a goal, so they're up by 14. All right, 5-2. Alcaraz going to serve for the set. What are your thoughts on Zhang? She seems to have gone under the radar recently, but won the last gold medal at Roland Garros by beating Swiatek in the process. Yeah, I don't know. She's just not been really around. She's kind of been out of form. It's been a little bit disappointing. But hopefully this week in the French, she'll start putting together matches and we can start talking about her as a French Open contender. I think Dimitrov is injured. I see him losing too. I don't know. I didn't watch the match, so not sure. Do you think Sinner is on the level he was before the suspension? I cannot answer that. No one can answer that until we watch him tomorrow. Ask me that question when we've watched him play one match because it's impossible to know. He might even say like, oh, well, I'm practicing well, but that's got nothing to do with the matches. So the level he left at, you can answer that. We can only answer that when we see him tomorrow. And if he looks like he did when he won the Australian Open, we can probably say, yeah, his level's good. If he doesn't, we can say that, okay, he's not as good as he was 3 months ago, but also he did take 3 months off. Also, it's on a different surface. So he could have played Miami and then played Monte Carlo and struggled early in Monte Carlo because it's a totally different surface change, right? So it's so hard to know. He beat Ruud and Fritz in practice. Okay, that's cool, but that's practice. 15-0. So yeah, ask me tomorrow when we get when we can actually watch him in real time, properly, Otherwise, we're all just guesstimating, right? And yeah. 15-0. Might as well just serve out wide from Alcaraz. The forehand to Lajovic. Return the forehand of Alcaraz. Lajovic with a slice. Alcaraz with the forehand. Goes long. He overhits it. 15-30. Chance for Lajovic to get a break back. Comesaña is going to beat Runa probably. That could happen. Are we going to stream Runa Comesaña later? The only answer is yes. Well, no comment then. I refuse to answer that question. All right. 15-30. Chance for Lajovic to get one of the breaks back. As Alcaraz gets a fault. Second serve. Serve. Into the forehand of Lajovic. Forehand from Alcaraz down the line. Lajovic gets on the stretch, but it's in the net. And it's 30-all. As Alcaraz comes in with the volley, Lajovic backhand slice down the line. Smart shot as he kind of smiles at Alcaraz. You know what? Chat, I love it. I love that Alcaraz is always having fun, even if he loses a point. If somebody wins a point in a crafty way, he still like goes, "That was a good shot. You did a good. That was a smart shot." Because Alcaraz's volley was like almost like a lunging slice, and then Lajovic just kind of pushes it down the line. But I love you gotta love Alcaraz for that. That he's even when he loses a point, if he loses it in a way that, as he hits that backhand wide Lajovic, if he loses in a way that's like, you won, that was a great return by you, then he respects it. I love it. He's just having fun out there, May he never change. All right, deuce. As a default, second serve. As he double faults Alcaraz. Advantage Lajovic. Advantage Lajovic. To get one of these breaks back. As the return goes into the forehand of Alcaraz, backing at Lajovic. Again, the forehand of Alcaraz as Alcaraz overhits it. All right, break back for Lajovic. To take one of the breaks back. All right. All right. 5-3. As we back in return. Goes out by Alcaraz. 15 love. All right, 30 love. As Alcaraz goes to the front of Lajovic. Lajovic overhits it. And it's 30-15. So default second serve. There's a return. Goes out by Alcaraz, 40-15. $40-15. As the return goes in the front of Lajovic, Alcaraz forehand is too strong, and it's 40-30. $40-30. As the return goes in the front of Lajovic, one from Alcaraz. And Lajovic backhand goes again in the front of Alcaraz. Lajovic can't get that one. And we get the deuce. Now we get the deuce. There's a fault. Second serve. Lajovic, it's a lovely drop shot. Alcaraz gets it with a slice, but Lajovic volleys. Alcaraz then with a forehand. Lajovic volleys again. Alcaraz backhand win up. That's just, come on.
This is going to be on tennis TV, bro.
I mean, come on. Come on now. Come on now. I mean, like, come on. I don't know how you can not like him. How can you not like Alcaraz? He's a complete package. Like he's the complete package. He gets aced. Deuce. Like come on. Like how can he does everything? Come on. How can you not like him? He's not boring. He's not boring. We get the deuce. Lajovic, good serve. Oh, and then he goes with a drive backhand, which is super hard to do with a one-hander, and he hits it out. Advantage Alcaraz. Hashanov won. Nice. Alcaraz set point number 2. To take the first set. There's a backhand return. Goes to front of Lajovic. He hits it in the net. And Alcaraz takes the set. 6-3. All right, 6-3. All right. 6-3 to Alcaraz. $12 winners, 15 errors from Alcaraz, and 9 winners and 13 errors from Lajovic. So that's where we're at. Okay. Hashanov Pissarro, third round. Cool. The rain is coming? Why? Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why would you say that? All right. Tasman won the first set 7-5. Yeah, so Zhang's up 5-1 against Danilovic. Cartel is up 3-1 against Noskova. Apparently Novak accepted wildcard to Geneva. Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, how great that's so. I love that's. Yep. All right. Okay. Here we go. Alcaraz a serve in the second. Nole hopes Mahatch doesn't play, yeah. Nole have heard Cam complaining about having a week off. Oh, yeah. Look, I'll tell you the entry list. The entry list is already crazy for those two that week anyway, but like we said yesterday, right? A lot of players that play the week before the French are the ones that have to play. Not the ones that, not many players are going to play if they play well now. So next week, you got Sinner, Musetti, Runa, Paul, Rublev, Tsitsipas. So it's pretty crazy. That's in Hamburg. And then Geneva, you've got Fritz, Djokovic, Ruud, Dimitrov, Mahatch, Poprin, so it's pretty stacked. But again, we expect that like most players will pull out if they play well here, right? Because why would you go play those tournaments if you're playing well, As Alcaraz hits it out, 15-0. So we're probably already going to have to watch that tournament, but it just now confirmed that Djokovic is, like, he got a wild card to play, so it's like, well, I was hoping that all the players that we were going to watch were going to play well this week, so we didn't have to watch them next week. And they would withdraw, but that's not happening. Djokovic volunteered. We love that for him. Anyway, it's 30-15. Who's more likely to win Rome, Sinner or Alcaraz? Alcaraz. But still, Sinner shouldn't be... I mean, if they play in the final, that'd be lovely, wouldn't it? You got a wild card to stream Geneva. Yay! Love that. Woo! All right, Lajovic hits it out, and it's 40-15. Alcaraz serves again. Into the floor to Lajovic. And he hits it out. 1-0 Alcaraz in the second. Was excited to watch Alexandra versus Raducanu? Yeah, so was I. But Raducanu Teichmann could still be interesting. I mean, look at Golubic, right? She came in last minute yesterday, put on a show against Osaka. So, I mean, maybe it could be something. Rain forecast in 5 minutes. No. Stop. Chat. Why you gotta bring the rain? Why you gotta bring that energy? Come on. Don't stop dancing. We don't need rain. All right? I don't know where you're reading this. I don't see any rain. By the way, next week is going to rain. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is going to be shitty. Saturday, Sunday is going to rain. Yuck. So next week in Rome, poo-poo. But this week, it looks fine. It looks fine. Don't say rain. I don't see where it says rain anywhere. There's no rain. There's just dark clouds. There's no rain. Where is Rome? I don't on the map. Am I blind? Venice. Florence. Vatican City. Yeah, there's no rain. What are you talking about? But I thought Vatican City was next to Rome. Am I stupid? Love 15? I thought Vatican City and Rome were next to each other. Am I an idiot? I am. No, I'm not. No, maybe. Milan? Where the hell's Rome? It's halfway up the foot, right? Vatican City is Rome. I thought so. Then why does it not say Rome? Ah, it's the same thing. I zoom in and it says Rome. There's no rain. It's fine. There's no rain. It's fine. All right. Nice hitting from Lajovic, 15-0. Dark clouds, though. Yeah, it does look like dark clouds, but Radar says no rain, so Vatican City inside Rome. Yeah, I don't know why Rome wouldn't be on the list. Why is Vatican City the highlighted name? All right, forehand now from Lajovic, the front of Alcaraz. Lajovic backhand into the front of Alcaraz. Lajovic into that Alcaraz backhand. Lajovic backhand down the line. That's a good shot. Alcaraz gets on the stretch, but it's in the net. 30-15. 30-15. After this week, I need a vacation to the moon. Oh, me too. I would like nothing more than to go visit the moon right now. For maybe a month. I'll be back in a month. $30-15. As a backhand return goes back in Lajovic. Alcaraz forehand cross is a winner. 30-all. What would you do on the moon? Just sleep. Just relax, you know? Just unplug from the world, you know? No internet on the moon. So I'll make sure I take some DVDs. Maybe bring the Nintendo Switch. A couple of power banks. 30-all. Is it a forehand down the line? To the backhand slice of Alcaraz. Into the front of Lajovic. Alcaraz backhand. To the front of Lajovic. Again, the front of Alcaraz. Lajovic in the net with his forehand. And it's 30-40. 30-40. You can enjoy Katy Perry. She's an astronaut now. $30-40. As a backhand slice to the slice of Alcaraz. Backing out from Lajovic in the net. Alcaraz breaks. 2-love. By the way, may I just say what I just want to say the definition of an astronaut, right? Just to be clear, right? Just to make sure that everyone knows what an astronaut is. So an astronaut can be someone who travels to space. So yes, it could be. But it's like saying there's a difference between soldiers and civilians, right? I feel like there should be a difference between like civilians who went to space and astronauts, because that's like a trained profession where you have to do a lot of things. Like that's, you know what I mean? Astronauts are like they're a different. That's a whole thing. Like you got to do a lot of things for that. You don't just go up and like, you know, it's like if you get on the train, you're not the driver. You're not the train driver. You're a passenger. So I feel like that situation, there's a lot of people that can go to space as a passenger, but they're not. Astronauts are like trained. That's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to do. Right? I don't think you just go to space and be qualified as an astronaut. Space tourist. Yeah, and that's fine. Astronaut's a very different thing, I think. I mean, I've seen movies with the training that goes into being an astronaut. And those movies, Tom Hanks, I mean, he went through it, you know? As that goes out by Lajovic, 40-love. Tom Hanks went through it. Bill Paxton, God, he went through it, you know? They had to train their ass off for that movie. Anyway, it's 40-love. So if I went to the moon, I wouldn't be an astronaut because I'm not going for any purpose. I'd just be sitting in the back and I'd be a passenger. Chat, would you go to space if you could? I'm only going to space if I could fly the ship. That's it. If I could use if I get my own ship and I can fly around, it's the only time. That's the only reason I'm going to space. Only if I can like fly around A spaceship. If I get my own spaceship. Anyway, it's 40-15, and then Alcaraz with a serve and volley, 3-love. Astronaut is trained, equipped, and deployed by a human spaceflight program to serve as a commander and crew member of a spacecraft. Yeah, so I mean, look, I don't know. I just feel like we shouldn't be throwing the word astronaut around, you know. I guess like if you go to a gun range and you shoot a gun, you're not a soldier, right? It's not the same thing, right? You might be able to, you might know more than the average person about that thing, but you're not automatically a soldier. Does that make sense? At least that's how I think of it. You know, but it's cool though. Like, it'd be cool to go to space, but I don't know if we can just be like knighting people as astronauts if they just fly really high in the sky and then come back down. It's like, can't be calling everyone astronauts all of a sudden. Astronauts should mean something. You know, it's a skill. It's a specialized profession. Stop killing our dreams? Why? This has got nothing to do with you. Anyways, what else we got? Let's move on. According to the movies, all you need to astronaut is a good montage. Okay, well, yeah. All right. Alcaraz dominating. 3-love in the second. 3-0. 3-0. As we serve. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand down the line from Lajovic is good. Alcaraz gets it back. Lajovic hits a smash. 15-love. By the way, Tsitsipas and Muller are about to start. And then after that, we're watching Raducanu. So we're just going to wait for this match, then the next match. Yeah. So Raducanu won't be coming on probably for another hour. Because Muller versus Tsitsipas, I feel like that could be something crazy. Well, that match could be a 3-setter. Muller's been pretty good this year, and Steph. Sometimes he struggles against players like that. 30-love. Is it a forehand to the backhand of Alcaraz? Alcaraz hits a winner. 30-15. Dasher coming up in a few too. Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm worried. I'm scared. I'm scared about Dasher's match. After what Kostruk did to Eala the other day, I'm scared. I am worried. I am very concerned. All right. 30-0. Noga's looking for that double break. Lajovic serves. The backhand of Alcaraz. Lajovic backhand cross. Alcaraz gets it with the slice, but it's in the net. 40-30. I feel it's either a 3-setter or Steph wins an easy 2. Yeah, I have a feeling that, it could be that too. 40-30. Serving to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand of Lajovic. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Lajovic again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Lajovic to the forehand again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Down the line to the forehand of Lajovic. Alcaraz backhand. Again to that Lajovic forehand. Alcaraz goes again with the forehand. Lajovic hits a backhand cross. Alcaraz gets it. Lajovic backhand again. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Who hits a drop shot. Lajovic is there. Puts it away. All right. 3-1. Lajovic on the board. Will tomorrow Collins be cold or respectful handshake with Swiatek? I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. All right, 3-1. Alcaraz with the break. Speaking of tomorrow, so tomorrow's a big day. We've got Sinner coming back, and I think Sinner versus Navone is the only men's match worth watching tomorrow. I don't think there's any other matches that I mean, look, there's a lot of good matches, but there's no matches that I'm like, we got to watch that, right? There's no like, I mean, Sinner's return is the only important thing. I mean, there's a lot of good matches, but there's nothing that's like must watch, right? We must watch this. Like, we must watch Sinner. But other than that, we'll go to the women's side. So then we've got Swiatek, Collins, must watch. We have to watch that. That is a must watch. Jabeur versus Paolini is probably going to be center court, so we'll probably add that as well. Must watch that. Osaka Buzkova could be interesting. So maybe a maybe watch. And that's probably about it. I mean, and Gauff's playing doubles with Eala, so we've got to consider watching that maybe. So it's a pretty big day tomorrow. All right, nice serving Alcaraz, 30-15. So yeah, so they're the matches that are, because on the men's side, like I can name good matches. You know, Marijan Rublev, good match. You know, Mahach Tiem, cool. Ruud Bublik's interesting. You know, so is Jari Cerundolo's a good match, right? But the women's matches are the much more important matches. And then obviously, as the tournament progresses, then we start watching more and more of the men's matches too. 40-15, Alcaraz to go to 4-1. Yeah, and Gauff Eala will be playing doubles probably tomorrow as well. So that must also be a factor because that's interesting. Interesting match. Usually we don't watch doubles, but when it's an interesting, when there's like an interesting doubles combination, we do watch. You know, when Nadal Alcaraz was a thing, when Djokovic plays doubles, we watch. And Gauff Eala is a very interesting doubles combination. As Alcaraz hits a winner, and it's 4-1. So we'll watch that too. Somehow, I don't know when it depends on the schedule, but we'll try and watch that too. Is Sinner first night match tomorrow? I'm going to guess no. I'm going to say that they're going to put Sinner in the afternoon. And I'll tell you why. I would say he's probably going to be playing either this time tomorrow, the same as Alcaraz, or he's going to be playing third match on. I don't think they'll put him at night because he's playing against a guy who can play on clay, and at night it's slower. And if Sinner's playing his first match on clay, coming off the Australian Open 3 months ago where he was playing on a fast hard court, he probably doesn't want to be playing in a super slow environment against someone who's very good on clay. He wants it probably to be a little quicker, for his first match back. He doesn't want to play a grinding first round, or first match, right? So I'm guessing that if he has his way, he might play afternoon when it's the warmest. Now, it's not going to be hot tomorrow, right? The weather's not warm. It's not hot tomorrow. It's going to be like 23 or, 74, right? But if I was Sinner, I'd probably be looking at that mid-afternoon. And it's on a Saturday, so, the crowds are going to be there anyway. It's not like you have to play at night because people are working on Saturday. Saturday is going to be the day, Saturday afternoon, people are going to be around. He would prefer a day session if he can get it. Yeah, I think for his first match back. But then again, if the tournament want him to play night to be like, welcome back, here's the night session craziness, they might do that. But I think he would probably prefer to play during the day. Because Navone is no slouch. Like if it wasn't Navone and let's say he was playing against, I don't know, name a name. Let's say he was playing against somebody less clay court savvy. I don't know. I can't think of anybody. I'm looking at the names. I can't see. Let's say he was playing Tien. maybe they put that during the night session, right? Because he probably is confident against Tien, but also, but against Navone, I think it's just a little risky to play on a slow night session, in your first match on clay and first match back, right? Because remember, Sinner didn't play the Olympics, so Sinner has to go back to Roland Garros 20 semifinals, the last time he played a clay court match. Almost a year ago. It's been a long time since he's played on the dirt, so yeah. But again, sometimes we try and figure out the schedule, and then we get the schedule, and they put Sinner on court 7. If that happened, that'd be wild. As Lajovic hits it out, love 30. I can tell you this, though. Sinner's playing center court. Pellini's playing center court. Maybe they put Berrettini on center court because he's playing Fernley, and he's obviously a popular guy. And then Swiatek Collins is going to be center court. Like, those are the matches that have... and look, Pellini and Jabeur might be a night match. Sinner's definitely going to be center court. Swiatek Collins, definitely center court, right? Defending champion. And then maybe, like I said, the Berrettini match. Because Berrettini's a very, popular guy. Back into backhand rally. As Lajovic again, the backhand of Alcaraz on the stretch. Alcaraz hits it down the line. Lajovic slicing the net. Love 40. Alcaraz cruising back into form after a week or two off. But we'll find out the schedule hopefully in the next couple of hours. All right, love 40. Alcaraz for a double break into serve for the match. As Alcaraz has a backhand return wide. He went for it. 15-40. He went for it. 15-40. Still break points for Alcaraz for the double break. As the return goes into the slice of Lajovic. Alcaraz volley. Oh, it's in the net. God, bad volley from Alcaraz. 30-40. Still has a chance. 30-40. All right, return. Into the corner, Lajovic. Alcaraz back in on the stretch, in the net, and Lajovic gets the deuce. All right, Lajovic gets the deuce. As the return goes in. And then Lajovic overhits it. And Lajovic faces another break point. Advantage Alcaraz. Advantage Alcaraz. As a default second serve. Second serve the backhand. Alcaraz in the net on the return. Get back to deuce. Back to deuce. As we get a fault, second serve. As Alcaraz with the forehand to the front of Lajovic. Alcaraz hits it down the line, but it goes long. Advantage Lajovic as he tries to stay. As Lajovic tries to stay in this match. As Alcaraz gets the forehand slice. Lajovic forehand again to the front of Alcaraz, who hits it into the ground. Okay. Lajovic holds from love 40 down, 4-2. Four-two. Okay. Alcaraz serving, 4-2. Serves an ace. All right. 15 love. 15 love. Serve again from Alcaraz. Here's a fault. Second serve. Serve to the back in Lajovic. Alcaraz forehand short to the front of Lajovic. As Alcaraz hits it long. 15 all. All right, 15 all. As Alcaraz hits the forehand, up goes a lob by Lajovic. And Lajovic hits it long, and it's 30-15. All right, 30-15. As we return now to the back end of Alcaraz. Forehand now from Lajovic. As Alcaraz forehand goes into the front of Lajovic. Again, the front of Alcaraz. Lajovic on the stretch. Alcaraz with the backhand cross-court winner. 40-15. Alcaraz for a 5-2 lead. 40-15. Serve. Into the front of Lajovic. Alcaraz backhand cross-court winner. That easy. 5-2. Alcaraz serving for... Lajovic serving to stay in the match. Okay. All right. How are we doing, chat? Pretty chilled stream, to be honest. No surprise. Dimmy lost today? Yeah, he did. Proper and looking for it to like a tiebreak? Okay. Chill stream's the best? Yeah. Wait for tomorrow's Sinner stream? Nah, tomorrow will be fine. Cam, you want controversy? No, I'm good. You can keep it to yourself if you want to be controversial today. I'm fine. I don't need you to make things problematic. Everything's good. How good is Alcaraz today? Like Monte Carlo, Barcelona. I mean, yeah, he's beaten up Lajovic many times, so it's just another match against Lajovic, you know. Another Friday in the Western Hemisphere. Well, I live in the South, so I don't know what you're talking about. I live in the Southern Hemisphere. I'm definitely not in the West. I'm in the deep south of the world. I'm right down. Melbourne is deep, deep south. Deep Southern Hemisphere. If anything, we're on the southeast. Deep southeast of Australia. Is the schedule updated or what? Wait, what did you send me? This isn't the schedule. All right, 15 love. 15 love. Lajovic 7 to stay in the match. Lovely forehand winner. That's a bit of fault. Second serve. $15 love. Serve to the back of Alcaraz. Return to the back of Lajovic. Alcaraz forehand. Long. 30 love. $30 love. There's a bit of fault by Lajovic. Second serve. Second serve. As the return goes to forehand Lajovic. Forehand now from Alcaraz. Again, the forehand Lajovic. Alcaraz backhand. Into the slice of Lajovic. Alcaraz gets over the forehand. But it's in the net. 40 love. By the way, Alcaraz had this problem in the first set. He was up 5-1 as well, wasn't he? Or was he up 5-2 in the first set? And he just sort of stumbled. Just not closing the match. It's taking a little extra time. Lajovic forehand to the back of Alcaraz. Alcaraz hits it out. Lajovic holds. 5-3. Alcaraz 7 for the match. Second chance. All right. 5-3. Just wants the extra time on court. Yeah. All right. 5-3. Alcaraz serving for the match again. 5-3. As the return goes in, the front of Alcaraz. Volley is too good. 15 love. $15 love. $15 love. As Alcaraz serves again. Into the backhand of Lajovic. Into the front of Alcaraz. Lajovic backhand to the backhand of Alcaraz. Lajovic with a forehand in the middle. Into that Alcaraz backhand. Lajovic forehand again. Alcaraz gets it. Back into the line of the forehand of Lajovic. Lajovic over hits it. 30 love. $30 love. Serve again. Into the forehand of Lajovic. Lob goes up. Bounce smash from Alcaraz. Lajovic forehand down the line. That's a great shot. Alcaraz gets it with the backhand, but it's long. Nice hustle from Lajovic. 30-15. $30-15. $30-15. And Alcaraz serves a fault. Second serve. As a return goes in the net by Lajovic. 40-15. Match point for Alcaraz. All right. Serve. It's a fault. Second serve. As return. Goes in the front of Alcaraz. Alcaraz in the net. 40-30. Match point number 2. All right, 40-30. Alcaraz serves. Into the back of Lajovic. Return goes in the front of Alcaraz. Lajovic on the stretch. To the back end of Alcaraz cross court. Lajovic can't get that one. Alcaraz too good. Could have been much, much easier, but he just slipped a little bit at the end of both of the sets, but luckily he was up double break in both. And he is back with a win. Alcaraz gets a win. 3-3. And he is into the third round. GG's. He will be playing against the winner of the match between Mickelson and Jera. So more Serbians are in the way. Mickelson also, I think, won a challenger last week. So Mickelson's been playing well. And but also Jera is a proven clay court guy. So still not going to be easy for Alcaraz. Either player, but yeah. But he doesn't have to play Dimitrov. He still has Hashanov in his section, so maybe watch out for that. I don't know. But, yeah, I think we're all waiting for that Draper match, right, in that quarterfinal. Or Runa, the Runa rematch. All right. I know it's a 250, but I really hope Nole wins this title and finally wins 100 titles, and maybe that will give him strength. Yeah, maybe. To be honest, I have a feeling Djokovic, if he makes the semis, might just say, you know what, I'm happy. I just wanted to win 2 or 3 matches, and now I can move on. I don't know if he's going to play the whole tournament. Some of the times these guys don't play the whole thing. They get to the quarters or the semis, and they're like, I need to go to Paris. Because remember, French Open starts on a Sunday. So, if you're playing the final, you might be playing on a Friday, Saturday, right? So you kind of got to figure it out, Obviously, they're not going to put you on a Sunday if you play on a Saturday, but yeah. Yeah, so we're waiting for Raducanu. She's going to come on after the match between Tsitsipas and Muller, and they've just started, so we got some time. We have some time to wait. Till then. So yeah, Emma next. Ruud Bublik will be a show. I don't know if it'll be on the slow clay though. Maybe if it was in Madrid, but I don't know if on the slow clay it's going to be that interesting. What are we seeing next? We're just waiting for Raducanu. She's going to come on in a couple of, maybe an hour. So that's the plan. Jay.
LFG Carlos. Hope he can make a successful run here in Rome. Is this his first win here? Not sure if he has a slight cold or suffering from allergies, but hope he gets better. Thanks, Cam.
Good question. Is it his? I know he hasn't played that well in Rome before. Is it his first win? Maybe. No, he beat Ramos Vinolas back in before he lost to Marijan. So it was his second win. But yeah, he beat Ramos Vinolas and then he lost to Marijan 2 years ago. Didn't play last year, and then now this. So yeah, it's not his. He's yet. I mean, it's hard to say if he's good or bad here because he's played once before this week. So it's not much to go off. But yeah, it's only his second win here. Ruud Bublik reminds me of the fake underarm serve that Bublik did against Ruud in Rome 2023. Yeah. Pala is in Tsitsipas's box. Nice. So after midnight here, gonna get some sleep. Fair enough. Where is more chance of an upset? Kenin against Sabalenka or Collins against Swiatek? Neither. I mean, probably Collins. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like neither of them are going to beat. Maybe Kenin? I mean, I don't know. I don't think Collins can beat Swiatek on the slow clay. Yeah, maybe Kenin. Yeah, maybe Kenin might be right. Maybe Kenin. I mean, I don't think either of them are going to lose, but maybe Kenin. If it was on a hard court, you'd say Collins, but yeah, you're right. Maybe Kenin on a clay. Also, Kenin was really good today. Whereas Collins, I don't think was as good yesterday as Kenin was today. Yeah. Cool. How's Kazatkina doing? She plays today. She will play against Kostyuk today. Hey, Popper in one. Yay. Go Poppy. Also, did volley nets retire? Or is that just... Yeah. Did volley nets retire? I'm guessing. That's a shame. And Zhang's up a set and a break against Danilovic. So that is that. And Tsitsipas up 5-2 first set. All right, I'm going to send you over the next one, chat, because we've got some time. Probably, I mean, we might be back in 30 minutes, but Tsitsipas's match is sort of chugging along. So jump on over here, and we'll be back to watch Raducanu taking on Teichmann, who is not the opponent she was supposed to play. She was supposed to play Alexandrova, but Alexandrova unfortunately withdrew. So we're going to watch Raducanu Teichmann, and then hopefully by the next match we'll be able to watch. We'll know what to do tomorrow, because tomorrow's going to could be a crazy day. Big day tomorrow, probably the biggest. Tomorrow the tournament starts for a lot of people. So people are going to start paying attention to Rome, I think, starting tomorrow. So we'll be back soon. But good win by Alcaraz. He did have the leg sleeve, but didn't seem to be moving any slower than usual. Looked fine. And he beats Lajovic 6-3, 6-3. And he is into the third round. We'll see him in a couple of days on Sunday. But good win by Carlos. Good recovery after the time off in Madrid.